Welcome to Relish Lifestyle. It's episode 12, which is quite, scary / good that we've done 12 podcasts.
Yeah.
Quite quick.
And we've kind of decided that this will be the last one of season 1 or series 1. And then we will reconvene and do series 2, which is really exciting, right?
So any bits we liked.
Yeah.
And not so liked. We're keeping an eye.
And if anyone's got any feedback.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's good.
We love feedback.
But obviously being on the ball this time in terms of seasonality. So obviously Easter is coming up. So we're going to kick off, I think, with a popular segment.
Charlie, I've got a little surprise.
Oh,
it's very seasonable. As you can see, here we go, a tray of chocolate.
Mini eggs.
And they're mini eggs.
Okay.
So this is going to be a really hard task for you, of course, eating chocolate. Actually, both, I'm going to say this, both Charlie and I are not big chocolate eaters.
No, but it's good though, because they're obviously just so everyone knows, they're all sort of small-ish packets of small eggs from various brands and retailers. So we're going to sort of taste test them.
Yeah, how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 7. I mean, we could have gone on. I mean, I think one of the reasons I thought about this was because you used to once upon a time, and we are going to obviously be mentioning brand names, but I mean, it was Cadbury's mini chocolate eggs.
Yeah.
And now, of course, many brands have jumped onto this because I think people love, it's the Easter egg hunt, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if you've got these little eggs, and of course, that's why I think a lot of them are wrapped as well.
Yeah.
They're not all hard shell.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, Charlie,
inclement weather.
Do you want to start from the right?
Okay, start from here. So these are quite vivid in
good
colour.
Taste judge.
Great.
Okay. Great taste judge. I always say that wrong. Ooh.
Quite crispy outside.
Oh, okay.
Good chocolate flavour. They remind me of Smarties.
Oh.
So I don't know if that's what they are.
Well,
so you can reveal them at the end if you want, but...
Well, I'm going to reveal this one because you've hit the nail on the head.
Right.
So if we just turn that packet over, you were absolutely right.
Yeah.
They are Smarties.
Oh,
so actually, it was quite good that you got that crispy outer shell.
Are you going to have one or not? Nibble it.
I'll just nibble it. Oh, yeah. And actually, by looking at them all, they're quite vibrant, aren't they?
And I think I had an orange one and it has an orangey tang to it. So, yeah, if you like Smarties...
Yeah, so they are reminiscent of Smartie, and you got that.
And the pack is kind of what I would say, a traditional Cadbury's mini egg size pack.
And, of course, that's a Nestle chocolate, isn't it?
Yeah. But obviously Smarties are...
Okay, we're going to get you to...
Right, so I'm moving round. These are a bit more pastel-y.
Okay.
Very pastels. Yellow, pink and white by the looks of it. Pastellos.
Okay. And what are they like? Oh no, they're not. They're not wrapped. Another hard shell.
Right. I think I know which one's as well. Yeah. I think that's Cadbury's. Okay. Just judging by flavour.
Let's have a look at the pack. Oh, yes. Yeah. So these are the traditional, more traditional, the Cadbury's mini eggs with that little speckled, you're right,
they're
light
quite
colour.
pastel, aren't they?
And you can probably tell. I mean, probably they've been the most eaten.
Well, that's what I mean. I think they're so sort of, I don't know, Eastery. Everyone has those.
Yeah.
And they're everywhere at the moment in the supermarket.
Can I I know we've only done 2, but could you taste a difference in the chocolate, do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, yeah.
I think there's definitely a difference in terms of, I'd say the Cadbury's one is a smoother chocolate in terms of the flavour, which I know sounds a bit random, but I just think Nestle chocolate on the whole is a bit sweeter.
Yeah.
And Cadbury's is a bit more milky.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. And what do you think in relation to the size of egg?
They're quite small.
Yeah, they are small. Whereas the Smartie eggs were a bit bigger, weren't they?
Right, these ones,
okay.
So the middle ones, these are wrapped.
Ooh. Wrapped in different coloured foil.
Foil, but again, quite seasonal, sort of the golds, greens, blues, pinks, that kind of thing. So I guess these are quite good for a hunt.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just solid chocolate, basically.
Okay. Does it taste different to the other chocolate?
I say it's a much richer chocolate. Oddly, it's more sort of slightly like clawing in the mouth in terms it stays in the mouthfeel is quite like sticky, which is fine. I'd say it's more like a kind of truffle-esque type chocolate you might get.
Yeah.
More continental, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Richer, smoother.
Well, you know what, for me, I don't want to say toffee. Not toffee, but you know that...
Well, that's why I think truffly to me. I don't know, it's that kind of something.
And creamy.
Yeah.
I would say it's quite creamy.
So
nice.
Do you want me to have a look?
Yeah, I don't know who they are, but you said European.
Yeah. Oh, so these are Lindt ones.
Yeah.
I would say pack size wise, they all kind of seem to be quite similar.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few in there.
Nice packet though.
Yeah.
Very seasonal.
I didn't look at that's about 90 grams.
I don't know what the others are.
No.
It's all rustling otherwise.
I know, got lots of rustling going on.
80
grams.
Yeah, so the Smarties and the Cadbury's are the same so far.
Okay.
So we're moving on to some others, which are in a yellow, well...
And a much smaller bag.
Yeah, and I would say the smallest eggs here. Would you say?
Yeah, just about.
Oops. They've got a similar sort of sugar crunch to the outside as the Cadbury's ones.
Yeah, smaller, much smaller egg.
They're nice. They're sweeter. I'd say they've got more sugar in them.
Right.
I wouldn't say there was a huge amount of flavour to the chocolate. I would say the chocolate's pretty nondescript, actually.
Right, should we see what they're like?
Yeah, who are they?
Oh, they're Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's own.
Okay.
Yeah, so a smaller bag, much smaller egg.
What's the weight if you turn it up? Try not to raffle it.
Yeah,
does it say? I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, they're fine.
They don't look that enticing, do they?
No.
And actually, they're not very egg shaped either. They're like just little like.
I think that has 80 grams.
I think I bet they're all about the same.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you're not the most.
No, not very
boring.
Inspiring. Those. Okay.
Okay, these ones
now these
are half eggs. Can I say that?
Yeah, they are. Well, I've never heard of this brand.
This does actually say the brand on it. I'm going to admit to that.
Oh, right.
Well, it says on the foil.
But
so I can't.
But you can at least have a taste. You can do a taste test.
It's a dark chocolate, which is in. Well, this one is.
Okay. Dark red chocolate.
Oh well. It's a very peanut filling. Gosh. Very good. Well, if you like peanuts and peanut butter, that is definitely the one to have.
And that's 170 grams.
So it's much bigger.
Much bigger. Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The only thing I'm not sure about is the chocolate on the outside is a bit...
Oh, yeah.
Almost slightly artificial.
Right, so
chemically.
this is a brand called Reese's.
Yeah.
Now, is this an American brand?
Yeah.
And I think American chocolate is nothing like European. It's too sweet. It's a bit synthetic.
Yeah, that's what I'm...
But you're right.
But the peanut...
But the peanut in the middle is really nice.
If that was actually what I would call a proper dark chocolate with peanut, that would be delicious.
Yeah.
Or
Anyway, when I saw them, I just thought I'd never seen that brand before.
No.
And peanuts and sort of salty caramel and stuff like that. Very popular at the moment, aren't they? Okay, we're getting there. You're all right. Do you need a drink?
No, I'm all right. I'm sipping water as we go through. So these, I would say, they're sort of egg-shaped, but they actually look more like a bullet in their shape. Would you not say that?
Yeah. You know why? Because they've got a flat bottom.
Yeah. No, no,
it's a bit like having a soggy bottom. This is a flat bottom.
Oh. Wow.
Does it remind you of anything?
I know it's very Ferrero Rocher-ish.
Yeah, well, that is what it is. I thought they looked rather nice.
They're very... I mean, I do like a Ferrero Rocher as it is. So it's quite a rich eat. But it's nice to have the nuts in there, the hazelnuts.
Oh, yeah.
But
again, sorry, I was just going to say, chocolate for me I don't normally like milk chocolate.
Well, that's a nice one.
The European chocolates,
milk ones.
The milk ones are really creamy. I think there is a distinction, definitely.
I mean, I'm being very picky here. They've called them, I'm looking at the packet now, they're called them golden eggs, right? Quite frankly, I don't know what's golden about them because it's a milk chocolate. And I would say the shape of them is more like a sort of barrel. It's not really an egg.
So I think, for those of you who haven't seen these before, they are wrapped. They do look like a little mini Ferrero Rocher. So they've got a foil with a brown cross base, and it's got the branding.
Gold.
And then
the gold bit
top.
is that.
So I think that's probably why. Because Ferrero Rocher are famous for their gold wrapping.
Ambassadors have them.
And I wonder whether the fact they've got a flat bottom, I mean, they do stand up, so you could decorate them. And I think with Ferrero Rocher, there's this whole
I suppose you could stand them round. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the joke.
But they do taste like a Ferrero Rocher. And I do think that centre is quite nutty.
No, I agree.
For a little tiny...
For a fill.
Yeah, for a fill.
And what pack are we looking at?
90.
Here? Oh, so they're all sort of around it. Reese's is the biggest so far.
Okay.
You're going in for a second bite.
Well, I had a very tiny one.
Right, and then we've got last but not least, which are very similar, I would say, to the shades of Cadbury's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And a similar crunch.
And so hard shell, similar colour. They're not speckled, are they?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, yeah. But speckled slightly differently.
Gosh.
Randomly.
They're very similar.
Well, go on, guess.
The problem is, because I don't know, because they're definitely not the Cadbury's ones, though they look quite similar to Cadbury's.
Who's very good at doing?
Well, one of the discounters. Now do a little, I would think. But it could be then, I don't know, Tesco. But I would say it's probably an Aldi or Lidl. But the only thing I would say is, I would say the sugar, again, there's a lot of sugar in that outer. And therefore you can't really taste the chocolate.
Interesting.
But...
Well, they are, you're absolutely right, they are one of the discounters. So they're a rip-off. I mean, I have to say this because we do know that Aldi and Lidl are particularly good at ripping off.
Very good.
Major brands. And this is their rip-off of the Cadbury's mini egg.
They do look very similar.
They do look very similar. They are smaller. I would like to just say that. Sorry, a bit of rustling.
No, I know.
Oh, actually, no, there's not a lot in it. No, there isn't. There's virtually nothing in it.
It's the same.
But it's interesting you're saying that the outer is particularly sweet. Whereas
I would
the mini
say
eggs...
so. Well, I always think with Cadbury's, it's one of those... I know a lot of people, always say whether you're a Galaxy or Cadbury's person, but I find Cadbury's too kind of... I find Galaxy just quite rich and sweet, whereas I find Cadbury's, yes, it is sweet, but it's got that slightly unctuousness of the milk chocolate. And I think when you eat Cadbury's, you know it's Cadbury's. And I think even the smell of the Cadbury's mini eggs, for me, is, it's theirs. And
it's interesting today because we've got an American chocolate here. And so the distinction between the American chocolate, I think, and the European and the British chocolate.
But I suspect that if we talk about cost, I think those mini eggs were like £1.85, and it's not a big bag, it's 80 grams. I mean, it's not like it used to be. And I bet these Aldi ones, I don't know how much they were, but I bet they were under £1.
I think they were either just under or just over.
Yeah, so if you think
it could have been like 99p or something.
Yeah, so for the same weight.
Yeah, whereas obviously the Ferrero Rocher were a bit more expensive. They would be like £3, I think, something, which is really bad. Sorry, I didn't keep... I'm going. Maybe I'll keep a tally.
No, it's just interesting, isn't it, if you're doing it?
Yeah, and the Reese's, again, I think they might have been discounted, but they're a new brand that I found in Waitrose. So it's just... So again, I think it's just quite interesting. We've got, obviously, if you are just hiding chocolates randomly, then you're not going to go for really expensive chocolates, and small children probably don't care.
No.
But if you want something with a bit more of a taste.
Unless they're Relish Lifestyle fans, then they will.
Right, let's
start them early.
Anyway, that's our Easter egg. So, Charlie, just quickly, do you think you can rate them?
Are we 1 to 7? Do you want to do it out of 7?
So, your least favourite, do you think?
I would say the Sainsbury's.
Yeah, okay.
Ones, just because I didn't really know what the flavour was.
Yeah,
of those.
No, you said they were quite sweet, and they were sweet.
Golly, it's quite difficult now. I would then say maybe the Smarties, actually, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
I guess if you're a Smarties fan, you might be a bit more on it. I would then say maybe the Reese's, and it's not necessarily, it's twofold here. I have to admit, I'm not a huge peanut butter fan, and I don't think the dark chocolate is very nice at all.
No, okay.
So that would be my third. Then I think I'd probably go for, I think the Aldi ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I think, difficult. Then I'd think Lindt.
Yeah.
Then I'd say Ferrero Rocher.
Oh, and then you go for the Cadbury's mini eggs.
Well, I love them. I think they're delicious. I don't think there's anything wrong with a Cadbury's mini egg.
No.
I think for me, I think it's also the flavour of Easter. The smell, like even just when you smell that packet, you know it's mini eggs.
Okay.
I don't think any of these quite hit the mark in terms of...
Well, there you are. You've had it from Great Taste Judge, Charlie.
Wow.
The mini eggs still win out.
So in terms of then food for Easter, because obviously we're planning that now.
We are.
So what are our thoughts?
Well, there's quite a few things. I mean, you know, lamb is the key thing. It's a bit like Christmas. Well, I mean, it's kind of like that. Like Christmas, it's mainly turkey. Yeah. Though we don't particularly eat turkey or goose, but turkey is the usual winner. And I think lamb, it comes out for Easter, of course, unless you're vegetarian or something.
Well, yeah. Well, I think the other thing is it's obviously the timing of Easter, you know, spring lamb and that kind of thing. Don't think about little fluffy lambs lambing around. No. But that is farming. I know. And by the way, because we've been discussing about having goat. Oh, yeah. But that's sort of come...
Well, there's a farm nearby that's had some local goat. And we just thought it might be quite a nice thing to do. But I'm not sure we can get the cut we need.
But also this sort of dips into our like Greek, Portuguese thing, doesn't it? Where they use a lot of goat in their cooking, probably more than lamb. Or they use, maybe because goat is possibly cheaper there, they use that more regularly than lamb, which, as we know, actually is relatively expensive when we bought it in Greece. Yeah. So I don't know if that's a thing. But
did you think that, Charlie? Sorry, just to interrupt you, as I will, and just randomly spilling off. I did just Google Greece and Portugal, what their tradition is.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, it's lamb. So, I mean...
Maybe it's high days and holidays, but yeah, that would be there.
I know. I mean, they do have a few other little things. I think the Greeks have some braided bread they make, which I thought, it looked a bit like your babka that you made the other day.
Well, it's probably all, yeah.
Soravika or something it was called. And they paint eggs for Christmas red, which I think other countries do.
Do you know where that originates from?
I know,
egg painting. Well, apparently it was, and you know, obviously the Agatha connection here, people beyond that. But apparently it's in Mesopotamia it comes from.
Oh, really?
Which is sort of around Iraq today. But Mesopotamia, the early Christians apparently dyed their eggs.
Why?
I don't know. But I think obviously eggs comes from obviously a new life rebirth. That is kind of that religious thing, starting again.
Not for throwing at each other.
No, but obviously we've done that, haven't we? We roll. I used to at school. You remember you decorate the egg, and we had that playground and the steep driveway.
Oh, that's right.
And then we'd all stand there and roll the eggs down.
Egg rolling. I think that is quite.
But it was quite funny because you'd spend all afternoon decorating them and then smash them to pieces on a concrete driveway. But it was good fun. But just quickly on eggs, the other thing I was going to say was. Obviously, where they come from, obviously, it was what I did. But do you know when the first chocolate egg was manufactured in Britain?
No, but was it Cadbury's?
Well, I think I don't know if it all sort of merged later, but no, that I'm going to say no, because it's not.
Oh, I don't know then.
So it was Fry's, the makers of the Turkish delight, obviously. I don't know if they're all now part of the one big group, I don't know. But it was 1873.
Really? The first chocolate egg?
Yeah.
So someone thought it'd be great for Easter to make
for
eggs.
Children, I guess.
Yeah.
But what's quite interesting is it also, the same website was telling me about this. Do you know, another quick question, do you know how many are sold roughly each year in Britain?
But So for ones like
I don't know.
It's not the little
I knew
eggs,
you were going to ask that.
Because that must
I don't know if packets of eggs would count.
So you're thinking about actually eggs in boxes?
Yeah.
Aren't we? Not real eggs.
Yeah.
Oh, chocolate eggs.
Chocolate. Oh. Well, I feel like I've got to check now. Hold on.
Well, it's going to be hundreds of millions. No.
What? You're nearly there.
90 million.
It's 80 million eggs. I'm just having a quick look, actually. I need to double check this. Chocolate egg, 80 million. So, I mean, we're assuming they're the ones in the boxes.
Yeah, not the little ones.
Because otherwise you'd be counting a lot of eggs.
Well, I should think you could.
Well, there's probably 30 in that. So, yeah. Anyway. But yeah, I thought that was just quite interesting. But obviously now it's become such a big thing.
I know. So we've got eggs. So let's just talk about eggs. So we talked about seasonal food. And I was just thinking, because the lamb, and also I was thinking there's wild garlic this time of year.
Yeah, yummy.
Isn't there? Because I think where Easter's later.
There's something nice about driving somewhere or anywhere. And you get this sort of waft of wild garlic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's lovely.
But it kind of comes upon you. It's quite weird. And you can just be driving around and you're like, oh, blimey, that's quite pungent.
I know. Or just walking in the woods, it's just wonderful. And this time of year now, we've got the bluebells, we've got colour.
Do you remember that year?
And then you've got the white of
do you remember that year we were sort of
garlic.
going to pick wild garlic, and then every time we saw it, we couldn't pull in and it all got a bit hairy?
Well, I do have a little bit there in a jug that someone's given me.
Well, it's a much smoother taste.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the acrid.
No, it's greener.
Yeah. Obviously. But what I mean is that you had that lovely sort of garlic warmth and smell.
Yeah.
But it's not as a strong hit as bold garlic.
No.
But it's delicious.
Well, I'm just going to jump the gun on something that I saw on social media the other day. I'd like to just shout out to Gil Mellor. And he was demonstrating his wild garlic and cheddar souffle.
Oh, yum.
And it just brings me on again, Charlie, about eggs. So this is eggs, as in not chocolate eggs. But because we were thinking about eggs as a whole, weren't we? And in recipes. And I was just thinking, this was such a great recipe because I was thinking it uses obviously both the whites and the yolks for a really lovely, light but yummy, flavoursome meal.
Because actually there's nothing, I have to be honest, it's one of those things that can be a bit frustrating when doing a recipe or a menu is something calls for 6 egg whites.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, what am I going to do? 6 egg yolks?
Well, that means you've got to make custard or something.
No. And it's fine if it's the other way around, because obviously you can freeze an egg white, but you can't freeze an egg yolk.
No.
So that's only one of mine. So that's good that recipe does use up both, because the other one we've done, did we do it this Christmas or last Christmas? I can't remember. I say this Christmas, but you know what I mean. The most recent Christmas. Yeah. Those lemon souffles that Delia does, lemon curd. But obviously you use the egg yolk
to make the curd.
So you don't waste. Do you know what I mean? That I quite like.
Yeah, and there's another recipe I found, which I have cooked. I haven't done the Gil Mellor souffle, and I'd like to try that. So I have got that recipe to try.
You've got that to hand.
But one I have done, and it's another great one, and it's a Valentina Harris, great Italian cook, absolutely lovely. And she does a soffiata alla Trentino, which is basically a meringue trifle.
Oh.
And you kind of use obviously you have boudoir biscuits instead of your sponge. But again, you make the custard with the egg yolks, and then you make a meringue, and then there's a little bit of
the egg whites as well.
Yeah,
what I mean.
Sorry, you make with the egg whites, and then you, interestingly, Charlie, in the meringue you add a little bit of sweet vermouth, Italian vermouth.
Oh.
And you sprinkle amaretti biscuits.
Oh, nice.
So when you layer it...
And so you get that crunch.
This is what's great about this recipe. So you basically layer your custard.
Oh, right, yeah.
Then you put your meringue, and then you put more custard on top.
Right.
Then you sprinkle amaretti biscuits, and you bake it in the oven. What happens is the meringue pushes...
Oh, so you get a rise.
It rises with that little layer of custard, which obviously melts again, because you have to make the custard relatively thick. You know what I mean? Not overly runny.
Slop
yeah. So it's quite a delicate, but it is amazing when it rises.
Oh.
But again, you use...
So you're gonna knock one of those up on Easter.
Well, we've got quite a lot.
I keep saying Christmas. I did it earlier on the phone. I said to the lady, I was booking an appointment. I said, "Oh, can I get in before Christmas?" She said, "Beg your pardon." I meant Easter. I meant Easter. Don't know what's wrong with me.
You always think of trifle as a Christmas
but I've been
thing,
saying
but
it.
actually I've noticed that they're selling them in the shops, and people have been talking about trifles for Easter.
Oh,
because it's just quite a light. It's creamy, I know, but it can be quite light.
Well, I suppose it does use egg in the custard.
Yeah.
As we've just been talking about.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
it's an eggy.
So just a couple of different recipes.
No, nice.
Eggs.
Well, I'm probably gonna do some hot cross buns this year.
But how did you do them last year?
No, I did a hot cross bun bunt.
Because
I was going through my bunt. No, so I think I'm gonna go back to sort of tradish. But obviously it is a semi-enriched dough. We've talked about enriched doughs before. But it is, you treat it a bit like what I did for Mother's Day. I'm trying to rack my brains what I actually did now. The babka. It's an enriched dough, and obviously, but you treat it more like a bread. So you do have proving and all that, even though it's a pudding or sweet, I guess. But what I do normally go to good old Delia's
recipe.
Buns. Well, because they just work.
And what does she just put? Is it just straightforward fruit?
She's dried fruit and candied peel, but we're not huge fans of candied peel. But what I have done, and I think
zest.
I do zest, but you could do. But the other thing I do is it's a bit like my Christmas cake, and I would say this to anyone: if you've got the kind of basis for your hot cross bun, as in the dough, the weights of the dried fruits, it doesn't have to be those dried fruits that have been stipulated in the recipe, as long as the weight is similar. So you could put in dried cranberries in your hot cross buns. You could put in, I don't know, chopped up dates. Anything that, as long as the weights are similar. And I'm saying similar because if it's 150 grams in the recipe and you put in 160, it's not going to make a huge difference, if any.
No,
at all.
No.
But that's why in the shops, I mean, I'm not sure I'm a bit of a purist when it comes to hot cross buns. I do like what I would call the dried fruits, but I know that places like M&S are now doing, salted caramel. And
lemon curd. I mean,
so I'm not sure. I'm sure they're delish, but maybe next Easter have to hot cross buns.
I know. The only thing I'm going to say was all that, because I have seen all these different flavours, but to me, a hot cross bun is like a toasted tea cake.
Yeah.
But it's more bready, but it's delicious. You have it warm, out of the oven with some lovely butter on it. Or, you can add something savoury, like some cheese. We know people like cheese with their sweet. And you've got that element of bread and the softness of the fruit, but you've then got that lovely butter. And for me, does it, and there are spices in there, you start having salty caramel. It all just feels a bit too sickly.
Sugary.
Yeah, very sugary.
A bit like some of these mini eggs. It's certainly going to
remember
these.
When you've got the eggs. I suppose what we've got to remember is in days gone by, people would have been fasting for Lent. And so you're absolutely gasping for something sugary. But
tasty.
In these days, of course.
But also don't forget sugar as well was very expensive.
Yeah.
I've been. So, but yeah, so I'm going to try and do the hot cross buns, and then
it's like that. It's like the end of the film, that Chocolat.
Oh yeah,
Joanna Harris's book in the film, where he goes completely bonkers because he's been eating Lent. He's making all these wonderful chocolates, and he breaks into the window. He literally gets drunk on chocolate, and it's
sugar high.
It is a really good one.
But yeah, and then the other thing, obviously, we've touched on it already, is the sort of lamb element. Obviously, we've talked about goat and things like that, but possibly we will be doing lamb. We've got a leg of lamb.
Okay. But you want to do it Greek style? Are you going to do it Greek style?
Well, I don't know why. And the only other, so there's two ways. I think lamb can be, and it is inherently fatty, isn't it? And I think that is what puts it, because lamb is quite polarizing. Quite a lot of people won't eat lamb. And I think it's because of the kind of slightly sinewy, rubbery fat you can get.
Yeah, but also it's very distinctive flavour.
Yeah, again, but that's what I mean. But I think it is just different from other proteins.
Yeah.
But the two ways we've done it, we have actually been lucky enough. I think one Easter we had decent weather and we did a butterflied, a leg of lamb. Do you remember?
Yeah, I love that.
And I think I just rubbed some olive oil, crushed garlic, probably some rosemary in it, and then literally left that sort of an hour in the fridge, and then put it on the barbecue. And obviously what that does is it renders all the fat down. So you don't have that fatty. But you can obviously then still cook it quite pink. The other way, obviously we did it in Greece, but we've done it at home as well, is obviously the low and slow way, which is the Greek way.
Yeah, which is lovely.
But I think, again...
Because you have vegetables, though, and that helps absorb all the flavours, doesn't it?
But going back to, like, the hot cross bun thing, for me, what I like about it is it's... Yes, obviously the timings and stuff, but, you know, you're sort of looking at sort of 3 to 5 hours, I guess, keep an eye on it. But it's very vague. Lots of recipes are very different. And some use shoulder of lamb, some use a leg of lamb. For kleftico, this is the Greek recipe. But what I quite like is it's then quite relaxed in what goes underneath. So, yes, you can put potatoes and lemon and all that standard. But you could put, I think when we were away, we put peppers. Did we put courgettes or something underneath?
Carrot.
Random.
We were a bit carrot because we went to that wonderful market and you said we could have some carrot.
Well, because I think there was quite a lot of carrot.
And also carrots really hold flavour and their consistency when you cook slowly.
Yeah, maybe, courgette. I think I did the
fritters.
Courgette fritters. But I think it's just a really nice way of cooking it because then all the flavour renders into what's underneath.
I agree. And the potato really absorbs it.
Will probably be one of those. Either butterflied, but obviously the weather unfortunately doesn't look brilliant. But we probably will do some sort of...
Well, I just wanted to share and give a quick shout out.
Oh, yeah.
This is me. It is an ottolenghi recipe, and it's one I've done numerous times. You can do it with a leg of lamb. And you probably remember this, Charlie, and I've done it for dinner parties where you can use like pieces of rump of lamb.
Oh, yeah, nice.
So you can use it, you know, but the whole point is the marinade. And the marinade is wonderful because it's got mint in it.
Yeah.
But it's got things like coriander, parsley. So it's got nice sort of herbs, but chilies. So it's got a bit of spice.
Yeah.
But it's got honey, red wine vinegar, and it's got soy sauce.
Nice.
It's this wonderful kind of mixture of sweet and sour. Anyway, you marinate whatever piece of lamb you've got, because what happens is when you finish marinating it, you then cook that piece of lamb, whatever works best for you. Be it a leg, you could roast it, barbecue it. If it's a loin, obviously you would sear it, pop it in the oven. It could even be rack of lamb or whatever.
Sounds delicious.
But do you know what I love about this? You have quite a lot of marinade left over, and what you do is you heat up the marinade.
Oh, so you don't waste it.
You don't waste it, and that becomes your sauce, which is absolutely delicious.
And this goes back to using all the ingredients. You know, we were saying about the egg thing. Like using the egg whites and the yolks.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I like that because it feels 360.
Yeah.
You're not
so
spinning
often,
it.
I mean, with certain recipes, and obviously I do absolutely appreciate it. If you are marinating chicken or meat or anything like that, and it is a yogurt-based marinade, then you will not be using that, okay?
No.
But this one, of course, isn't, and you are then heating it.
Yummy. No,
I just think that is a great one.
So, and the flavours sound... And mint, obviously, we love. I mean, it's great with lamb.
So that's a great ottolenghi one, and that was actually his very first book.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, I just thought I'd like to share
Going back to the old ones. That's good.
Yeah, well, sometimes the old ones are the best ones, aren't they?
Well, yeah,
like
we've always said that. Obviously, because it is Easter, probably will do some sort of pudding/cake.
Oh, yes.
So we've been looking at a few. You've done quite a lot of research on this, but
this one popped up,
picked
didn't
one
it?
out. Diana Henry's sounds delicious, I have to say. So I think we will give this one a whirl. But it's pistachio, lemon, and ricotta cake.
But there's no flour.
No flour.
It's flourless,
and it's got olive oil. Obviously, the bulk of it is the pistachio or almonds, and then you've got the olive oil and egg. So it's actually quite a that reminds me of sort of Portuguese cakes where you whisk the sort of olive oil and the egg together to give the rise, which will be, I'm sure, will be delicious. And it's got a very...
It does have 8 eggs in it.
It does have 8 eggs, if you do the big one. But it does sound delicious, so we'll probably give that a while. So we'll try and do some photos of
Diana, that does sound absolutely delicious.
Lovely.
Very inspirational.
I think we've covered off quite a lot there for Easter.
Oh, wow.
And that was our...
Eggs, chocolate eggs.
Eating.
What's your tummy like? No, all those eggs.
Definitely had enough sugar. They're definitely very sugary.
Do you know what I love, though? I just wanted to touch base. Charlie, have you seen that I've done the Easter tree already?
Yeah, looks
have
great.
You seen all your little... Did you remember? Little Fimo.
It was Fimo.
clay. It was like clay that you used to buy. It was from Switzerland or something.
And you baked it.
And then you baked it in the oven.
And it went hard.
And we obviously had a year where we made lots of little eggs.
Because we had little Father Christmas for the Christmas tree, but I think his leg fell off or something.
I know, we did make a few things for Christmas, but for some reason we made a lot of eggs. I think the eggs were easier to do when you were little. You got carried away. So we've got all sorts of... But I absolutely adore doing that Easter tree.
No, it's very sweet. No, it looks good. It looks good.
I know. There is something nice and spring-like, isn't there? So spring-like.
Well, I think, this is definitely... It feels we've had good weather and now we're sort of, hopefully... The things are sort of blooming, though, it's a bit grey today. So we feel like hopefully we've brightened your day up. That's the main thing.
Well, there's always eating chocolate. And
if worse comes to worst.
Yeah, and a bit of baking that can cheer us up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, get baking.
But as always, thank you very much for listening. Obviously, thank you for bearing with us through our first series. Can't believe it's 12 episodes. We will be doing a bit of brainstorming over a martini or a glass of wine to see what the next series looks like. But yeah, we really appreciate, the feedback we've had from friends and family and anyone else that wants to message in. We've got listeners from all over the world. Did you know that?
Oh yes, we've got some from Asia.
Hong Kong listening in, which is fantastic. So thank you for that. We hope that even in Hong Kong, our hot cross buns are relevant, and maybe you can't buy your Cadbury's mini eggs, but I'm sure you have something you can nibble on, some chocolate. So yes, as always, please follow us on Instagram and TikTok. We will try and do some posts and bits and bobs for over Easter.
And we are at Relish Lifestyle, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. And we are on, obviously this podcast is on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It seems to be the two main ones, but we are actually pretty omnipotent. We're across
all the major
platforms. So you can find us wherever you are. And again, Relish Lifestyle Podcast, which only leaves us to say, keep relishing life.